All right, is this thing on? I'm late. I'm late. Sorry, I'm late. Ooh, my pocket just buzzed. So that must mean we're live. Let's see. Am I live? Yeah, I'm live. Imagine that. Okay. Let me pull up the screen here so that I can see what's going on. Let me pull up the screen here so I can see what's going on. Alright. Got rid of that sound. Well, at least I know the sound's working. Okay. Well, what are we doing here? Isn't there a song like that? What are we doing here, right? Yeah. So, sorry, I'm trying to get my crap together. Where am I? There I am. Okay. So, I hope that fan's not too loud, but it's pretty miserable in here. It's starting to cool off, but it's humid now, and that sucks. That's why, 12 years in Arizona was not so bad, because it was hot and it was humid in monsoon season, but for very short periods of time. But and the dry heat thing, the whole joke about the dry heat, that matters. That's a big difference. Growing up in the high desert there in Southern California, in some places with with the humidity, I don't want to say high desert, but Riverside County area. I spent part of my late teens there, and it was, I spent my summers there too, and it was pretty miserable. 100 degrees and humid, and you're laying on the bed, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and you're in your shorts, and you're dying. No, it sucked. Anyway, I don't even remember what I was talking about. So yeah, and I'm kind of dealing with some. Well, my allergies started kicking in, which is good news. That means fall's on the way, so that's a good thing. But I had some dental work done the last 3 weeks, and my head's still not right. But it's okay. We'll get through it. So this week, for one thing, I got the Corsair, the F4U-1 complete. So I want to go do a walk around on that guy, and then I think we'll probably work on the ME109, that old Airfix 109 that keeps popping up every once in a while. I've whittled my Shelf of Doom stuff down pretty good, so we're making progress, which is good. It's always good to make progress. Hola, donde este la... I have no idea what that means. Hola, of course I know hola, but does what? I don't know. You got me, Jeff. I don't know. So, where's your washer? My washer. I don't know. Am I missing a washer? I'm really confused now. It's not hard to confuse me. You've done a damn good job of it. Okay. So, yeah, where am I? Anyway, so I I changed the background photo again. I had this poster when I was a kid. My dad bought it for me at an air show, and it's always been one of my favorite posters. And of course, it's long gone. But I will probably try and pick up another one of these days. And when I build one of those monogram B24s that I have, I'll probably do something similar to this. I'm not, the B24 aficionado that knows exactly what model this is because of the turrets and whatnot, but I have both the monogram kits. I think the D model I have is the Pro Modeler version. I believe. So, we shall see. But, that's probably a long ways off in the future. So anyway, let's get started, right? So, where am I? Wow. Okay. I know where I'm at now. So, I have one of these basketball display cases around, so that what I've been doing is when I finish something, is I stick it in here for a little bit, put it up on a shelf in the living room, and then when I get ready to put it in the display case down here, I'll bring it back down. So it makes it easy to take it upstairs. I have a display case upstairs, but that's mostly my armor and stuff. I don't know why, but it is. That's the way it is. So yeah. All right, so let's take the top off of this thing and take a look-see at it. I'm just trying to rearrange my screen here. I'm hoping to have a lot more time in the near future here to do this stuff and therefore get it done better, right, correct, however you want to say it. So what I'm going to do, because the problem is I can't see my broadcasting software and the text, the messaging at the same time. And I mean, if I can't see the messaging, what's the point, right? I need to see the messaging. So there we are. Okay. Now what? Close enough. We'll go with it. So I'm going to take the top off of this thing. You got to be very careful with these because it's really easy to break pitot tubes and stuff off with one of these. And I'll put this over here, and I'll leave it on the base here for now, I guess. And this is just a generic, it's just railroad stuff and whatnot that I glued on here. And that's going to drive me nuts. Sorry. Anyway, so this is the Tamiya 148 scale of 4U1 -1/2, so you can build the Night Fighter out of it. And we'll get to that. But right now we'll look at it here. So I put some pictures of this up on the Facebook page the other day after I finished it. No, there's no antenna on it. I usually don't put antennas on them because I just don't. Sometimes I do, but typically, it's not a big deal. They're 3-footers. So anyway, decent kit. The same as the rest of them. They're decent kits. They have issues. They're not perfect, but they're pretty good. And I didn't paint the the formation lights either. Oh well. Maybe I'll do that later. But Model Master enamels, medium gray over dark gold gray. Actually, there's medium gray on the outer wing panels too. Salmon, I custom mixed the salmon color for the wheel wells. White gear struts. Blah blah blah. Stock decals. What I did was I used the roundels and the kill markings, and then I just made up a aircraft number. You can get pretty lenient when you're doing Marine Corps stuff from like Guadalcanal or whatever, the South Pacific, because they were basically the only markings they had on was national insignia and aircraft numbers. Because they didn't always, well, not always, they didn't usually have a aircraft, for every pilot. So those guys, they had to share airplanes. And that's not to say they didn't put names on them and stuff, and like a lot of other aircraft, they'd put them on both sides, one on one side, one on the other, whatever. But the point being, if you put national insignia and aircraft numbers on them, you're good. You can do whatever you want. So it's definitely something that I like doing them because of that, because I don't have to get all caught up in, well, is this accurate for so-and-so's aircraft? I don't really care. And I'll tell you why, if you want to go off on a tangent here. And I'm not saying that I don't build specific aircraft at times, because I do, obviously. But these are machines. And I've seen people in the past make comments about, this aircraft or their aircraft being a Zeke killer, or being a Messerschmitt killer, or whatever, a Spitfire killer, whatever you want to say about it. And my point of view on this is, the pilots are the ones that made the kills, not the machines. This machine is worthless without a pilot. And a ground crew. Ground crew might be more important than the pilot. So I tend not to go down that path of giving the machine credit for the kills or whatever. So I love the history behind it, don't get me wrong. The history is important, but it's a machine, and it doesn't do anything without somebody making it do something. It's just that simple. So there's my little blurb about that. Not that it matters. You can think about it how you want. I'm just telling you where I'm coming from. What fascinates me is the engineering. If you realize how quickly industry advances when there's unlimited money and you're literally, in some cases, fighting for survival, or building machines that have your survival attached to them. You can make things happen really fast. I mean, in my industry that I work in now, you can't. If something's on a drawing and it's all been certified and stuff, that's it. I mean, you can't. If you have, I'll give you a good example. Piece of wire, okay, a piece of cable. electrical wire, low voltage wire. You have one reel that's made by one company. You have another reel that's sold by a different company, but it's made by the first company. And literally sells for 5 times more than the factory direct one. Because that drawing has that source and that part number on that drawing, you're stuck there. And getting somebody to change it literally takes an act of God. It's got to go through testing and certification, and it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. It's like, it's the same thing. It's literally the same thing, and it's $1 a foot instead of $6 a foot. Sorry, I can't help you. Can't do nothing about it. So, anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but I was, point being that can take months and months and months to get a change like that made, and they went from, all metal biplanes to stuff like this in 6 years, 5, 6, 7 years. That's pretty amazing. But then again, look at the technology that got us to the moon, and look at how much trouble they're having getting back now. Does that make any sense? Of course it doesn't. But anyway, if you watched last week when I was weathering it and I was talking about, okay, when I clear coat it, a lot of this is going to disappear. And it did. You can still see, and I don't know if you guys can because of the, let me blow my picture up here and see what you can see actually. Yeah, I guess you can see a little bit of the streaking and stuff in it. Hang on a second. Let's see what happens here. See if that helps at all. I don't think it's going to help. Not really. Turn it back on. So yeah, it definitely toned it all down. I mean, you could still see some white on the tailplanes here and some in the fabric here and whatnot, but it's very, very, very subdued. But it's there. So anyway, so this is it. So it's going to sit in here, like I said, until I get ready to put it in the case. I have to pull the case away from the wall because the doors are on the back in order to put anything in it. So I tend not to do that all the time because it's just a pain in the butt, and because it what happens is it vibrates everything, so everything on the shelves moves. So the planes move around on the shelves, and I'll one of these days I need to address that, like put a little bit of contact cement on the bottom of the tires or something, or rubber cement or something. So anyway, let me get rid of this, put it somewhere. Where can I put this? I still got a mess down here. I got all my books. Well, I thought I had all my books. I got most of my books done up. I'll set it over here as I drop it. Okay, so there we go. That kit's a pretty good kit. It had, I'll tell you where I thought the issues were with it. One, the inserts for the cockpit were interesting. They use the same basic mold for. So they have the -1/2 kit. They have the 1A kit and the 1D kit. And I don't know if there's any difference between the 1A and the 1D. I've got the 1A built. This is the -1. I don't have a 1D, but I do have another 1A. And I'm suspicious that the only difference is nothing. I don't know. But, yeah, so who knows? But the outer panels, fitting the outer panels to the inner panels is kind of an issue with those things. Well, not kind of an issue, it is, because they don't necessarily fit well, and I couldn't really figure out a good way to kind of put them together first. I didn't spend a whole lot of time on it, but so yeah, we could have figured out how to. I could have alleviated both of those problems with a little bit more planning and a little bit more time spent. But if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know I don't really care. As long as it comes out and it looks decent, we're good, right? And so yeah, and it looks good and it looks fine. I thought about doing a second round of weathering on it because it's not quite as weathered as maybe I think it should be. But I learned a long time ago, sometimes good enough is good enough, because you can really screw up a build if you try and make it better. So that's where I am with that. So let's go to the 109. Oh, let me show you this first real quick. Let me get that out of here. Okay, so I took, and I just got put another coat of primer on this today, and this is very, 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 this is so close to being done. I'm ready to move on here. I mean, there's a couple little nicks I can fill. This is the flight deck color. This obviously is the flight deck color too, but it won't be. And so yeah, so that's pretty cool. So I need to get started on like the bridge and stuff and whatnot, and I need to fix this catwalk here, and here. I was going to use that brass sheet, but I can't really figure out. I don't have like a little sheet metal bender. If I did, that would be cool, but I don't. So, I'll probably, I've got some sheet plastic I'll probably use. You know what would be ideal is some L channel. And I'll probably be going to the big city sometime this week or next weekend, so maybe I should just wait and get some L channel. I think I'll do that now that I think about it. Because that'll make it real simple. And I like simple. Simple's good. So there's that. It's still plugging away. Researching. I figured out that the air wing and the time frame that I'm looking at would be in the grays. The high vis schemes were gone by then. So yeah. Okay. Where are we at? Now this guy we've seen a couple times, I think, before. And it's every time it gets a little closer. Which I guess is the point, right? That's what we do. We get a little closer each time. So, spinner and the prop. And I don't have any notes in here, so I don't know exactly what I'm doing or where or why. I think I was trying to figure out whether I was going to put the wheels up or down. And I'm sure that the stabilizer supports are probably too long because it's a 109 and that would be normal. Right? So let's get this stuff out of here and take a look. See, I'll leave the canopies in there. Now, I've talked about this kit a lot and what I think about it. And I don't think it's a horrible kit. I don't think it's worth the same price as like a Tamiya or a Hasegawa, not by any means. But it's not a horrible kit. It's not fantastic, but it's not horrible. And it's, I should be careful. I might have the Airfix fan squad coming after me. I'm kidding. Bunch of guys in red jackets on Vespas. Sorry. That's a really funny image, though. So let's see if I can remember what the issue is here, since I don't have any notes. So there's a little bit of a fit issue up here, but nothing major. Just sand this down flat. That'll be fine. What the hard part is how do you do that? How do you sand it down flat, right? How do you make that flat? Sounds easy. But a flat sanding usually requires a jig of some kind, a fixture of some kind. So we'll have to deal with that when the time comes. But right now, I'm going to put these in and see if I'm correct in what I think is going on here. That would be the other side. And this would be this side. It looks like it. So let me pull that out. I'm going to put this in. I've been thinking about what to pull out next. Because this aircraft carrier, once I get going, is probably going to be finished quickly. I don't think I'm going back to the front range until... Well, I know I'm going back in October. But maybe I'm going back in October twice. I don't know. I don't want to, but... You know, you got to do what you got to do. I got a little trip to take. My wife is actually taking a trip to Wisconsin with our daughter to look at some schools since she's a senior this year. And wow, what is up with that? That wasn't even close to where it's supposed to be. Wow. Is it bent? It must be bent. I think it's bent. So if I go there, so if I put that there and I put that in a hole, it's a little high. It's not horrible, but it is a little high. Oh, wait. Is it? Oh, I don't think it is. I think it just needed to be coaxed into the hole correctly. No, it's high. It's definitely high. Alright. Let's see if we can So here's what I'm going to do. So I got to work on these little thingies here. See if we can't get them all hooked up and ready to go. Should I glue these in first and then make those match? Maybe I should do that. Yeah, maybe we should do that, huh? Take my super expensive ruler here. But I can't really do that like that. What am I going to do? Those 109 air fixes I did well. Yeah, those were the old ones. Those were a different. Those were Fs, and those were the old like 80s air fix. This is fairly recent, but it's completely different. Completely different kit. Okay. The tabs are too long. They're fighting. They won't go next to each other. Okay, we can fix that. That's easy to fix. So the Nats are in Texas next year, down by San Antonio. That's a long ways. Holy cow. If you've ever actually driven through Texas, holy cow. Let me adjust this a little bit. That's it's a big place. That's a big place. I don't know what else to say other than that's a big place. What am I doing? I'm going the wrong way, huh? Because I'm a fool. And that's not enough. Is that better? Not really. How's that? I think that's pretty good. Not really. Oh well. It'll work. So my point was, before I distracted myself, that that's all the way down at the south end of Texas. And that's a long ways. I could watch this all night. The camera adjusting? I know. It's like Laurel and Hardy. Who's on first? I don't know. Third base. I can't believe I remember that. That's pretty funny. What did I watch the other day? Marx Brothers. One of the old Marx Brothers movies. I was laughing. I was cracking up. It was so funny. Okay. Do these stabilizers make my butt look big? No, but they're kind of sagging. Okay, let's see here. So what am I going to do? I think what I'm going to do... I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get these things as straight as I can, and then I'll adjust those Those other chingaderos. Okay, here we go. What these lines on these mats are good for. Wow, that's amazing. It was that straight. Drooping a little bit on this side, but not much. Huh. Sometimes things just work and you go, why? Why did that work? I'm not really sure, but we'll take it. Well, what do you know? That wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. Pretty amazing. Oh, they have pop-out chat? I didn't know you could do pop-out chat. Wow. Hey, you can do pop-out chat. In case you wanted to know. Now I know. Okay. Alright, so let this dry for a little bit. Let it set up. Oh, what else is going on in Facebook at the modeling maniacal modeling monologue? Wow, what's pop-out chat? Well, it pops it out into its own window. It's not really like a Pop-Tart, which would be kind of cool because Pop-Tarts are pretty good. Especially the fudge ones. I like those. Not that I know what they taste like because I'm not supposed to eat them. So anyway. Yeah, it looks pretty good. There's not a whole lot left to this thing. And I was trying to decide whether I was going to do wheels up. My original intention was to do wheels up. I was originally going to do this as a crash diorama. But that has since gone by the wayside. And so now I guess I'm just going to put it on its wheels like everything else. Who's the guy that builds everything wheels up? And he's always, and that's kind of his mantra thing is like, the airplanes, they belong in the air. You should build them wheels up. And he does a really good job. And I can't remember his name. But yeah, that doesn't look bad. Okay, so let's see if we can clean these up a little bit now. But heck, I mean, it looks like all I got besides glass is landing gear. Everything else appears to be on here. The seams aren't too bad. There's a gap here to fill, and it looks like I need to clamp this here and re-glue it again on the back. I mean, but it's not. It doesn't look too bad. So if I go to start something new here, what should be the next thing? I kind of want to finish this B-29. There's somebody else out there, I think it's on the 148 scale aircraft builders group or whatever. It is building the monogram B-29 with all the big Ed stuff, and he's even got some resin nacelles and stuff he's putting on there. I don't have those, but kind of making me want to work on mine. But that is a commitment. I mean, that thing takes up so much space that you really can't be working on anything else with that thing out. So yeah. Is it gonna work? Come on. Get in the hole. Huh. Well, it's in the hole, but the strut's not where it's supposed to be. But that didn't really fit that well. Let me try this other side. I can't recall anybody complaining about how these fit. But that doesn't mean they haven't. It just means I didn't see it. Whoa. Yeah. So what are you working on now, Jeff? Oh, that Fujimi kit. Man, those things are like 30 years old, but they're good kids. All depends on your expectations, right? I mean, if you expect it to be a Tamiya, a modern Tamiya kit, you're going to be disappointed, right? Got decals yesterday, there you go. I think I actually have more P47 kits and P47 decal sheets than I have kits. Well, I'm sure I do. So I tend to rob those of decals for other things. And again, you know, if you model like I do and you're just kind of making it up half the time, and you're just doing a representation of a machine and not necessarily something that's historically accurate and you know, where to go? Alright, I gotta get the tweezers before I just lose one of these things totally. Yeah, I thought it was interesting after the movie Fury came out and everybody started building Fury tanks. And it's like, well, I kind of get it, but I kind of don't. I mean, I get it because, oh crap, where we go? There. You know, it's like the latest rage thing, I guess. But on the other hand, it's a movie tank. It's not real. So to do a replica of, when you're doing a replica of something that's just representative, then why not just do something representative on your own? I mean, I get it. You know, there's a whole group of modelers out there that like to duplicate historical photographs as close as they can, and I get it. I think that's pretty cool. I think all modeling is cool, really. But it's interesting to me that the Fury tank, and by that I mean the Sherman, was such a popular subject because it's not real. You know, I mean, of course it's real in the movie, but you know what I'm saying? It's not a historical vehicle as far as those markings and stuff. I mean, that it's a movie tank, and that's fine as long as we remember that it's a movie tank. You know, it's kind of like Thomas the Tank Engine. Thomas the Tank Engine is cool, but he's a toy train. Well, I guess he's not a toy train. I'd rather be a Loudball Sherman with the barrel extension there. Yeah. And the speaker and all that stuff. I haven't seen that movie in forever. Because it's never on. I think the last little movie that I think I watched was Guns of Navarone. I haven't seen Bridges of Tokyo in forever. I don't know. Does any of that stuff ever come on anymore? Okay, there's one, and it looks good. I think it's straight. I think we're going to be all right. And if we're not, oh well, it'll be close enough. I don't care. Yeah. Oh, you know what I got? Talking about movies. Hang on. Well, I got this, which has nothing to do with any of this other than it's freaking hilarious. I got in the mood to watch it the other night, and it wasn't on any of the services that we have, so I didn't get to watch it. And then I was at Walmart with the kids for some reason, and I walked by the bin, and there it was for like $3, and I was like, oh, I gotta have that. And the wife and I sat down and watched it. So hilarious. This is where Cameron loses it. So funny. Anyway, I got sidetracked again. So they have, if you saw they have the special feature at the theaters, that World War I film made from the British archives for the 100th anniversary. It was They Shall Not Grow Old. I took the family to see it in the theater as a whole because I thought it was important. My daughter is really quite the little historian,
and so is my youngest. My youngest son is too. Um, but so anyway, I took the family to see that movie because, like I said, I thought it was important. And they actually had it. It was like $12, so I bought it. It's basically a yeah. They added the sound. Yeah, they did all the lip syncing. Yeah, they read their lips and added the sound and stuff. And it was interesting to me because I actually have a book in my book collection that is a collection of letters from World War One, from soldiers to home. And this film was right along the same idea. And what's really interesting about the book is how the attitude changes as the war goes on. You know, at the beginning it's, yeah, we're here to do what's right, blah, 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 blah. Let's kick some butt. 3 years later, it's like, oh, this sucks. I want to go home. What's the point? Right? Sound familiar? I'm like, wow, this sounds like Vietnam. Same thing, and it's where we're starting to get with where we're at now, in Afghanistan and Iraq, but so yeah, it's very it can be pretty graphic. But it's good. It's good. I think it's worth seeing. Well, obviously I bought it, but wow, this one. So this one appears to be long. That's very interesting. Or it's, nah, this one's just crooked, huh? It is crooked. It's a little crooked. It's going to be a little crooked. People always start by thinking the war will last a few days. Yeah, right. Exactly. And they can, if you don't pussyfoot around. It just depends on whatever, but they're never really a great thing. Oh, there we go. Obviously, I would hope that's obvious. That's the one thing doing these people. Some people get the idea that you're a warmonger or something, and it's like I was saying before, it has nothing to do with it. These are machines. Machines don't start wars. This is technology and the rapid growth of technology. That one's a little high. I'm going to leave it be. Yeah, it'll last a few days. It'll be over with and we'll all go home. And it'll be fun. I've never had to endure that, man, on my own. Thankfully. I got to see enough horrible stuff in my civilian life that I didn't really I don't feel like I missed out on anything. Don't put it that way. Okay, so what did we decide? This is an E1. Is this an E1 or an E3? Let's look. The wings will tell us. The gun package will tell us what this is. Let's see. So this is an E1. Okay. E1. So I don't think we can actually add any cool stuff. This has light blue undersides with slate gray uppers. Wow. I thought everything that went to Spain was overall RLM02. No? Apparently not. So it looks like I should leave this off because it's white. The gear or the underside color because it's a 109, so that's not a problem. Slate gray, approximate, well, it's small, approximate to RLM 63. So 63 and 65 with RLM 70. Exhaust things? No. What is that? Where's the 70 at? I don't know. It must be the exhaust stripes. Okay. Where are they now? Where are we now? This is now. I want you to do it now. Okay. Let's get this out of here. This has got flattened tires. I hate flattened tires. No, it says 63 and 65. 63 on top, 65 on the bottom. That's what it says. I'm not buying it. I think the last one of these I did, one of the Hobbycraft ones, I think it was the B model or the D model or something. They said RLM02 overall. That was a long time ago, but that's what I remember. What else do we need? Let's see. I'm going to get everything I need out of here so I don't have to deal with all these parts anymore. Okay. Boom. Done that, done that, done that, done that. That's all done. That's all done. Done, done, done. Done, done. 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 I got those parts. Pitot, the balancers, wheels, the balancers, the counterweights. What am I talking about? The armor piece, really? The E1 had the armor in the cockpit? I find that interesting. I didn't think the early 109s had the armor plate and the canopy glass. The rear one. Well, I guess they would have had to, though, huh? Otherwise, everybody'd be getting whiplash. Okay, pitot. Okay, we need the exhaust stacks. So we need this guy. The wheels. The inserts. Exhaust stacks. Alright, I'm going to trim these long. Come out, wherever you are. There we go. 8. I know you're not supposed to do this, but there's a reason. 9. Because I couldn't get in there. 9. Pitot. What the heck is that thing? Okay. So there's parts on here that they've got numbered with different numbers, but they look identical. So it's entirely possible that they've just decided that they're going to give them new part numbers even though they don't really need them. And this is one of those molds that has some really huge gates in some places, which really sucks. I should be doing this with my JLC saw, but I need new blades. I'm going to have to order some. And I keep putting it off because I hate to order just blades and pay postage. I want to order them, you know. I don't want to do that. I want to order more stuff, or, you know, if I don't really have anything else that I want. Let me rephrase that. They don't really have anything else that I want to pay for. Right? That's two different things. And this, okay, so which one was which here? One was 37 and one was 38. I don't remember now. Oh well. It probably doesn't matter. I got a 50-50 chance of getting it right. 33. One was 33 and one was 34. Oh well. So this is literally everything that's left for this thing. And it's not much, really. These exhausts are horrible, but I'm going to use them, but they're horrible. These very well might be the worst exhausts I've seen in a modern kit by far. Kind of curious as to how well the canopy glass is going to fit. You know what's interesting about the 109 that you may or may not know is, you know, the E models, they, from what I can tell, since really the only difference in the E models was the configuration, the armament configuration, and the canopy configuration, that, you know, they upgraded, or at least flew E1s, E2s, you know, all the way up and with the E4s. I mean, they were all available at the same time, or at least it appears that way, and I could be totally wrong. I am not a historian on 109s. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to hold this up so you can see it. This is the exhaust.
And just to give you an idea, I mean, there's nothing. That's it. That's the detail. There's nothing there. I mean, it's just there's nothing there. Okay. I don't know why these are numbered differently. They're exactly the same. Why would it matter? Interesting. Come on. There we go. Sure as hell don't need glue on those. Wow. That's pretty amazing. So I was looking at some pictures the other night on, I don't remember what, but I was noted. Oh, it was on the Hind KF61, and I was noticing how bad, like the upper cowling just laid on top of the, basically the cockpit combing. Just overlapped and laid on there. There wasn't really fitted or didn't appear to be or whatever. And I'm like, wow, really? That's pretty bad. But hey, I guess, you know, when you're getting your butt handed to you like that, you just kind of do what you got to do. Come on. Okay. Exhaust. Yeah, I could wait it and put the exhaust in later and painted them later, but I don't want to. I'm basically going to paint this all as one assembly except for the prop, the rudder, and the tires. Other than that, everything's going to be on it. So you got to be really careful.
Just dragging that across there in one little slow motion just to get that little, that upper cowling is just a little proud of the lower cowling, and that's why the spinner doesn't sit flush all the way around. Well, that's better. A lot better, actually. The reason I'm doing it slow is because I'm trying to keep it straight. I want to be able to stop putting pressure on it if it feels like I'm not straight. That's pretty good. It's not fantastic, but it's not horrible. It'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Okay, where are we at now? Where are we at now? Little parts, wheels and fangs. What is this? Oh, piece of trash. I guess I'm not going to need these. These can go on though. Okay, is there a tire left and a right here, or are they ambidextrous? They look to be ambidextrous. How am I going to keep? Okay. Okay. I don't like to use plastic clamps on plastic models because we use plastic glue. We use plastic solvent. So I always get nervous when I'm using plastic clamps. But I don't know what else to do here. I don't know what else to do on this one. Whoop. Okay. I think all I really have left here is cleaning up parts. And that's not very exciting. And I got some other stuff I gotta do. I got other stuff I still gotta do tonight. So let's see here. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? I'm right there. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to think. It hurts sometimes. So, I guess that's it for this week. I'm going to try and get this puppy finished up and hopefully in primer, by the weekend. And get it out of here too. I mean, if I can, knock this one out too. I'm hoping the decals are still good. That'll be another one, another empty plastic shoebox, and that would be good. I went in my storage area here today, and long story short is I've got. Kids are multiplying. Why are they multiplying? I don't understand why they're multiplying, but the kids are multiplying. So I need to build, man. I need to build. And I can do that. And I will. So, I gotta take this Corsair back upstairs before I kick it or something with my foot. And I think I'll have me some Smarties while I'm at it. So hey, that's it for this week. I hope that was not as boring as it seemed. Sorry if it was. I don't know. I'm kind of a geek, so I can sit there and watch somebody build and pick up things and nuances of how people do things, and and everybody's different, and some, like I've talked about this before. Some guys are painters, and some guys are builders, and some guys are both. And some guys are good at both, and sometimes some guys are good at one and not the other. But as long as everybody's having a good time, who cares, right? But that reminds me of what I wanted to get into earlier. Should I get into it now? Yeah, I think I will. The old, if you've been around this hobby for a while, especially in the modern age, whatever that is, you've no doubt at least seen the argument about, well, in this instance, it's the P50, the Edward P51, and the Tamiya P38. Do we really need another P51? Well, it depends. Here's the first thing you need to realize, and I know this is going to sound really basic and really simple, but it's kind of the rule of economies. Companies are in business to make money. They do that by striking a balance between what you want, what the public wants, what their customers want, and what they can manufacture at a decent price. At a sellable price. Put it that way, a sellable price. And that price varies from person to person to person. I mean, you see me work on everything from Tamiya to Hasegawa to Monogram to whatever, and I have my limits. Even with the P4, the Tamiya P47, I love P47s. You already know that. That's the Tamiya P47 kits are my favorite, especially the P47M kit. I'd like to have some more Razorbacks, but they seem to bring more money than anything else. But the M kit, you know, you see them all over the place. The price is just crazy everywhere. And, you know, I have my price at where I'll buy them and where I won't. And there's, granted, everybody has that kit that they want, and they'll pay whatever it costs to get it, within reason. Vintage Fighter, what is it, VFS, Vintage Fighter Series, or whatever those guys were, or are, I guess, I didn't realize they were still out there. They did the 124th P40B, and they did the P47D, and then Kinetic picked that up somewhere somehow. And then there was rumor they were doing an M. And I guess they actually finally released it. And I didn't know that. Somebody was asking about it on somewhere on a Facebook page or something, and I was like, I thought those guys went under. Oh no, I seen a video of it. So I found one. He was looking for one. I found it. Special edition. I think it said 500 units, autographed by Russ Kyler, who was with 56. And it was $350. Now, would I like to have one of those? You bet your butt I would like to have one of those. Am I going to pay $350 for it? No freaking way. Okay. I mean, that's something I want, and there's no way that I would pay that for it. Would I pay $100 for it? Yeah. Would I pay $150 for it? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, $100 is stretching it for me. I'm a $25 guy. Once in a while I'll go, I'm $20, $25 guy. It depends on what it is. I might go 30 sometimes on something. I've spent 50 before on things, but I very rarely buy anything new. I don't buy hardly anything anymore. But yeah, that to me a P38. Do we need another P38 kit? Yeah, because as many different versions of stuff, like Academy's got every version, everything they ever made. It seems like the Droop Snoot and the whole 9 yards, and but they're not great. I mean, they're not bad, but here's where things like this come into play. It's like, well, would you build an Academy kit? I would. I've built Academy kits before. So where's that break? It's like, well, how much is the Tamiya kit? Oh, the Tamiya kit. Excuse me. The Tamiya kit's $75. I don't know. Pick a number. $65. $60. We'll call it $60. Tamiya kit's $60. Okay. Yeah. I'd love to have it. I don't know if I want it. I don't know if I want it $60 bad. I tend to let other people buy the new kits and wait and let them age on their shelf, and then I buy them from them secondhand cheap. That's my MO. But $60 Tamiya P38, but I run across an Academy P38F. The reason I'm interested in the Tamiya kit is because it's an FG, which is my personal favorite. I love the profile on the radiators on the booms and stuff. It's a sleek looking. It looks sleek. When they went to the other radiator setup and whatnot, it really ruined the Lions, in my opinion. But anyway, excuse me. So would I buy an Academy F kit? You know, what if I'm at a show and this guy's got an Academy F kit for $20? Oh yeah, you bet your butt. I'll buy that and build it, no problem. But a lot of people won't. A lot of people want that no problems, it's just going to work, it's going to go together, I'm not going to have to mess with it. They want that click and glue, and they'll pay out the nose for that, and that's fine, but because you have those people that have to have the latest and greatest and want perfect fit out of the box and want perfect detail out of it, perfect whatever that is. That's why you keep getting Mustangs and you keep getting. I mean, how many P51Ds have we had released just in the last couple of years? You know, the Airfix one, the Edward one now, Ming released one. Was there another one? I don't know. So I mean, I get it. I understand. You know, why can't we get a whatever? You know, pick your poison. Because they won't sell is really what it boils down to. If they can't make any money on it, they're not gonna mold it. They're not. Why are there all these different kits of the USS Arizona? Duh. Why do you think? Right? Yeah. Because it's how many of those Revell USS Arizona kits have been sunk in bathtubs since like the 50s? I can't even imagine. But so, you know, are there other subjects that I'd like to see? Absolutely. I'd love to see a B-18. I'd love to see a B-32. And I know there's a B-18 in 72nd scale. I'm talking 48th. I build almost exclusively for 1/48 scale. A B-32. What else? A C-46. BT-1. I'd like to see some like 1930s stuff. You know, decent. I can't think now. I don't have my book in front of me with the picture. But some of those old observation aircraft and stuff that the Army had in the 30s were cool. They were cool. And so, you know, I'd like to see stuff like that. But, you know, how many people are going to buy stuff like that? You know, me and a few other people, and it's not worth it. They can't. What do they? I don't even know what minimum run is. 5,000 kits or something. Well, if you're, you know, I don't know what it costs to make a mold anymore. It used to be a couple $100,000. So let's just use that as a number. So if you have a mold that costs you a couple $100,000, right? And you run 5,000 kits. I know I should be able to do that in my head, but I can't. Not right now, anyway. How does this phone work? It depends. Did it upgrade again? Because it might work different now than it did the last time. Where are you? I don't have a calculator on here. Are you kidding me?
I don't have a calculator on here. Wow. Oh, I bet you this computer has one. Come on, computer. It's not going to cooperate either. Anyway, so what is it? 40. 40 bucks a kit? Just to pay for the mold? That sound right? 40 times 5. Where is it? What did I say? 5,000, 40, 20. Yeah. 40 kits. Sorry. So $40, not 40 kits, $40 per kit just to pay for the mold. Just to pay for the mold. That doesn't include the injection molding, the material, the decal sheet, on and on and on and on and on. Okay? So by the time they get this thing done, they got 50 bucks into it. Right? So they're going to make a little bit of profit. So they're going to sell it for 70 bucks, 65 bucks. They sell it wholesale for 65 bucks, right? So they sell it wholesale for 65 bucks. They make their $15 profit. But what happens? The importer brings it in to the U.S. The importer paid $65 for it. He ships it over here, goes through all the rigmarole, getting them over here and box them, and maybe he's got to wrap them, maybe he's got to seal them, maybe he doesn't, probably does have to seal them. So he doubles it, 130 bucks. Right? I mean, that's simple. It's that fast. You go from, so obviously if they're going to sell more of them, the spread for the cost of the molds and stuff over more pieces obviously gives you better pricing. But the fact of the matter is that first batch, those people that buy that first batch paid for that mold. That mold's paid for after the first batch. At least it should be, if they plan on staying in business. Because you don't know if there's going to be a second run. You don't know. So, yeah. So, yeah. But, so I get it. I mean, I get it that people will want to see different stuff, but you have to realize the economics behind it and why these companies exist. And as far as the guys with their outrageous prices on things or whatever, just figure out what your price is and just wait. Like me, I got more time than money. I'll wait. I don't gotta have it right now. Do I want that Tamiya P38? Absolutely. But I don't gotta have it right now. I'm gonna let you buy it and then I'll buy it from you. That's my plan. That's how I work. Because I got plenty to do until I get one. It's just that simple. I don't have to have the latest, greatest thing as soon as it comes out. There are people that do, and that's fine. I don't, I'm not saying that's a bad trait, but I think you have to realize that there's consequences to being that person, and those consequences are you're going to pay for it. It's just the way it is, and it's fine. It's fine. No problem. If you want to pay $100, $120 for a Tamiya P38, go for it. I won't, but you're welcome to. I'll wait. There's no point in getting mad about it. It's capitalism. More power to them. That's the way I see it, honestly. If you can get somebody to give you that much money for something, go for it. Why not? So, anyway,
I guess that's it. That's the end of my blah 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 blah. So hey, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go write some notes and stuff for work tomorrow, and yeah. Take care of the people you love, and we'll see you next time. Bye.